Hey guys, and I'm here with my battle against the Oklahoma City Shaymins, I believe. Yeah, that sounds right. Oklahoma City Shaymins. And yeah, we have not been playing very well recently, so hopefully I planned better this match, but I'm not sure. We'll find out soon enough. Um, the Shaymins roster is Hoopa Unbound, Mind Shao, Shaymin, Rotom Heat, Caracosta, Aromatisse, Politoed, Mega Aggron, Hippowdon, Kyurem, Trevenant, and Noivern. So he's got speed, he's got power with the Hoopa U, he's got dual weather, he's got Mega Aggron, which is complemented by both weathers, giving it a fire, like canceling out its fire weakness, especially with filter. And and then it doesn't take damage from sand. So yeah, it's quite the team to face. I believe he is undefeated right now. So hopefully that'll change. Starting things off, we've got a Choice Scarf Frogadier. With Protean. It's a physically offensive set with U-Turn, Ice Punch, Rock Slide, and Gunk Shot. U-Turn is for the Hoopa, for the Shaymin, and just to switch, Ice Punch hits the Shaymin, the Hippowdon, the Trevenant, and the Noivern. Hits Noivern for enough to OHKO. Rock Slide is for the Rotom Heat. It's for the Kyurem. And then Gunk Shot is for the Aromatisse. And again, hits the Shaymin. Shaymin has Grass has a lot of weaknesses. Then we've got enough speed to outspeed a Scarfed Rotom Heat. That's the fastest thing that I can outspeed that I would expect to be Scarfed. So I think that is the fastest thing that I can outspeed. And then max attack, significant HP, and 4 defense. So there's our Frogadier. Hopefully should be doing some good work this match. Then we have a Alomomola. Very, very standard set for me with Scald, Wish, Protect, Knockoff, Defensive, Regenerator, Leftovers. There's not too much to say. It's a set that I run almost every time. Burn is so good, and then I can just Wish Protect all over them, knock off their item. This is really my switching to Politoed or Hippowdon. More Politoed than Hippowdon. Speaking of which, I do want to change this. That's on a later Pokemon. Then we've got Avogadro with an Expert Belt, Mold Breaker. I was so tempted to run Sand Rush, but I don't think he's going to bring the sand. Even if he does, he has a Rotom, he has the Mega Aggron. He has the Caracosta with Sturdy. I really, really need my Mold Breaker. What else does he have? Hoopa has some has Magician. No. Alright, so I guess those are the only ones that I really need it for, but still. I've got Earthquake, Iron Head, Rock Slide, and Stealth Rock. I don't fear him setting up hazards. He can set up rocks with the Hippowdon or the Caracosta. I don't think he can set up spikes or toxic spikes with anything. Or the Aggron. The Aggron can also set up rocks. But he has no spinners. He can only defog. If he can defog. I don't know if Shaymin gets defog. I think it does. So I want to set up rocks. It hurts the Noivern. It hurts the Kyurem. Breaks the Caracosta Sturdy just in case. Hurts the Rotom. You can just get chip damage on everything. And then just this is a bulky set. Max attack, Adamant. Yeah. Then we've got our Victini, also running an Expert Belt. Though I might change that for an Assault Vest. Fend back and forth. With Thunder, Grass Knot, Glaciate, and Blue Flare. Fully special set. Actually, this doesn't need to be max speed. I can change that. So I'm at 328. I can outspeed the Trevenant. No, that's Teeth. It's 317. Oh, he has a Shaymin. I do need to be max speed in order to deal with his Shaymin. Okay, I knew there was a reason. Thunder for the Politoed, especially if he does set up the rain. Grass Knot for the Hippowdon, Blue Flare for the Aggron, Glaciate for the Noivern. Just, I'm really expecting him to bring that Noivern. This Victini can take a Draco Meteor from a Noivern. And just in case, we do have a specially defensive Togetic. It's a Violite. This is what I changed earlier. Dazzling Gleam, Roost, Ancient Power, and Heal Bell. This is my counter for the Rotom Heat. And just so he doesn't counter me, I have the Ancient Power so I can hit him for super effective. This also does well against the Mineshaw. Should do well against the Hoopa, the Shaymin, the Noivern. This thing is just an amazing wall. And I was running Thunder Wave, but I realized if anything gets statused, I need Heal Bell, because he's going to be spamming Scald. Yeah. Especially defensive. Very standard. Then finally, it's Member that I almost went without, but I really didn't feel it would be right if I went without my Alakazam. So we've got Serial Killer with Grass Knot, Signal Beam, Hidden Power Ice, and Psychic. Strange coverage moves this week, but ones I felt were necessary. Signal Beam is for the Hoopa, Grass Knot is for the Hippowdon, Hidden Power is for the Noivern, and then Psychic for Stab. I might change that Hidden Power for Focus Blast. Also, one sec, I want to just calculate one thing. On the actual calculator. Hoopa U is 284 times 1.5. Just in case it's scarfed. I would have to run way too much speed investment. Yeah, not worth it. Okay. With this speed, I can outspeed everything that isn't scarfed. I'll hit, what is it, 380, I think. His Noivern hits 379. So, yeah. That's the team. I have been pretty iffy about it. I might change it before the battle, but I'll see you guys once the battle does start. Hey guys, I'm here with my battle against the Oklahoma City Shaymins. It's the third time I tried to record it, because apparently you have to delete stuff twice in order to remove it from your phone, or from an iPhone, and I didn't know that, so I had 6.6 gigabytes of deleted videos. So yeah, I'm here, and he brought the Hoopa U, the Trevenant, the Mega Aggron, the Politoed, the Noivern, and the Mineshaw. I'm just gonna lead with my Frogadier is my plan. I'm scarfed. I'll deal a lot of damage to anything that isn't scarfed on his side, and except for the Aggron. And he leads with Hoopa, which is a best case scenario for me. I just go for the U-turn, just kill the Hoopa on the first turn, and that's a big threat gone. I just go into my Alomomola, he brings in the Trevenant, and I have to switch. I know there's nothing he can do to me, and just in case I went for a Roost here, he goes for the Will-O-Wisp. I'm gonna take whatever he goes for next, and I'm just gonna go for the Heal Bell. I then Roost on his switch into the Aggron, because the Aggron is the only thing I can't touch with this thing. And I go back into my Alomomola, he sets up rocks. I'm just gonna go for the Scald, try to burn the Aggron so I can wear it down a little bit. He Thunder Punches, and it's not going to 4-hit KO, so he has to switch back into his Trevenant. I just went for another Scald, and you'll see in a second here that it's actually a good thing I didn't get the burn, because I'm able to knock off a Lumberry, so he won't be able to harvest it, and I got the extra damage from it. I'm just going to go into my Excadrill, expecting to switch into the Aggron. He goes for the Horn Leech, and he's got a switch. I set up my rocks on his switch. I go for the Earthquake. He goes for the Toxic, predicting a switch. Then he goes into the Noivern as I went for another Earthquake. He goes for the Heat Wave here, but since it's raining, he does less damage. So I'm going to go for a Rock Slide, but I miss. Which sucks, because I would have still had my Excadrill, and he wouldn't have had the Noivern.
but he's able to kill me with a Hurricane. I bring in Frogadier. He's just going to predict any ice move and go into the Politoed as I went for the Ice Punch. And this thing is so important to me. He reveals the Rocky Helmet too. I have to switch into my Alomomola. It's my best counter for this thing. He just goes for a Toxic, and that doesn't bother me too much. I've got the Heal Bell on Togetic. He's going to protect as I set up a Wish, and I am able to switch into the Togetic now as he goes for a Scald. He burns me, but it doesn't matter because I'm about to go for a Heal Bell anyway, because the Wish gets me back up to full. I'm going to take any hit, just Heal Bell off, get rid of the burn and the Toxic. He goes for another Ice Beam. I just Roost, get back almost to full, and he knows he has to switch, but he goes into the Mine Shout as I Dazzling Gleam. It does so much. This is not invested in special attack. He's going to U-turn into the Aggron. That's his best switch in for this. Dazzling Gleam does 13%. My other move is resisted and not stab. I go into Victini. He goes for a Thunder Punch because I was expecting him to go for a Thunder Punch. He goes into the Politoed and I just fire off a big Thunder. And that Politoed goes down. He goes into the Trevenant. I go for a Glaciate. Does a good chunk, but he's able to kill me with the Shadow Claw. But it leaves the Trevenant very open for revenge killing. I go into my Alakazam, Mega Evolve, and trace his Harvest, but it's pointless. I kill him with the HP Ice. He goes into the Mine Shout, and it's very obviously Scarfed. I'm going to go into the Alomomola. He just goes for a U-turn, which was his best play, and goes into the Noivern. I go for Protect to just see what he wants to do here. He goes for the Hurricane, and that's fine with me. He Roosts, and I'm able to knock off his Focus Sash, which is pretty cool. He misses a Hurricane here. I'm just gonna go for a Scald. No, I wish, so I'll be able to get a good switch next turn. And oh no, I went for the Scald again. Wow. Would have been great to get a burn here. I go for Protect to scout to see if he has the high jump kick, and if he did, he would have killed himself. And we're just both going to knock each other off here, and I was right. This thing was Choice Scarfed. So I'm very glad that I didn't leave my Alakazam in against it. He brings the Noivern back out. I'm confident that I'll be able to take a Hurricane. I just go for a Wish. And it did... Hurricane did 61%, whatever. I go into my Togetic, it does 25. I get confused, but Togetic is a monster. He's gonna have none of that. He's gonna dodge the attack while confused and get off a Roost. He goes for his own Roost. I'm just gonna fire off a Dazzling Gleam. And here I just went for the Ancient Power just for fun, and I get the boosts, and they're pointless because I have to switch out anyway. But it was cool to see them. He's going to go for the Thunder Punch, and like Alomomola can eat that pretty well. He goes for a Wish, I go for a Wish, he goes for another Thunder Punch. He's going to switch into the Noivern, and I went for the Protect. I'm just going to switch out into the Frogadier here, and he goes for a Roost. I'm going to go for an Ice Punch. He goes into his Aggron, and I actually get the freeze, but that's not as good as it sounds because I have to go into my Alomomola. Like, I have nothing else that can really deal with this thing, and I have to go for a Scald. I'm going to set up a Wish first, just so I can get some damage. Or, no, not get some damage, get some recovery on the turn that he thaws. And so I'm back up pretty high, go for another Scald. He goes for a Thunder Punch. He has to switch, or he's going to lose that thing. He goes into the Noivern. I go for a Scald. Does, like, nothing. He misses another Hurricane, and I'm able to get up another Wish. Switch into the Togetic. And he's just going to Roost. Easy play there. He goes for the Hurricane. I take it. Go for a Dazzling Gleam. He's down to 17%. As soon as he switches out, he's gonna die. Or when he switches back in, he's gonna die. And I take out a Mega Aggron with a Togetic, because this thing is a monster. He just goes for the knockoff to remove my my Eviolite, but I Roost because I know I can take anything. He U-turns. The Noivern's gonna go down to the rocks. He's just got the Mind Shao left. I've still got my Togetic and 3 other things. I take the Rock Slide, get him down to 1% with the Dazzling Gleam. He misses a Rock Slide, and I'm able to kill with the Dazzling Gleam. So all in all, that was a great game, and yeah, we are currently in 3rd place. So yeah, I'll see you guys next time when we face the team that beat us in the championship.